Hello and welcome to Arsenal Domination, where I want to talk about Martin Odegaard and the captaincy. Now, I've spoken about this previously and I've linked the video there before on sort of different types of leaders. But this has sort of raised its head again following comments from, an Arsenal great and Arsenal legend in Tony Adams, who was speaking about the captaincy. Now, his view, and he was very clear that it's the sort of type of captain he wants, is that Declan Rice should be the Arsenal captain taking over from Martin Odegaard. His view being that he is the type of captain he would want to see, he's a true leader, and that it would free up Martin Odegaard to concentrate on playing at his best. Now, there's small elements of this I agree with, but there are other elements I don't. So, first, Tony Adams obviously was a fabulous player and a fabulous captain of Arsenal. But I also think he was a captain that was sort of the sort of image of the age of when he was captain. Players like Roy Keane, Terry Butcher, Brian Robson, these sorts of players were, generally speaking, the sort of captains of the team. They were shouters, ballers, gesticulated on the pitch, sort of led by example in many ways, but also sort of very dominant, assertive characters. And you can understand, therefore, why, given that they were really successful at the time, players like Tony Adams would want to see that sort of captain now. My view, though, is that football has changed. The armband, in some ways, isn't what it used to be. It is, it's got less sort of purpose, really. Football teams these days tend to have leadership groups, and they tend to sort of be made up of a series of senior players with sort of different attributes and different sort of views on things. So I think if you look at Arsenal's leadership group, you've sort of got the typical, more quiet, authoritative guys like Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka in that group, who sort of lead by example, very quiet, very sort of caring, sort of doing things in the background. Then you've got the sort of more traditional leaders, if you like, in the Tony Adams mold, like Declan Rice and Gabriel at the back. And those sort of qualities altogether mean that they can deal with things together as a sort of collective group far more than one person ever could in the past. So my view is that Martin Odegaard is clearly very respected by the group. He goes about things in a very quiet way. You look at the sort of letters he sort of issues to players to sort of make them feel good, and the reaction that sort of has, and does things very quiet in the background, and certainly leads by example on the pitch. He leads with the press and what have you. Whereas players like Gabriel and Declan Rice, awesome. We love to watch them. They sort of get you going as a fan. But they're going to do that, in my view, with or without the armband. And therefore, I think if you took it off Martin Odegaard right now, I think it would have more of a detrimental impact on him than if he kept it. But also, Arsenal don't need to change captain because they have a senior group of players that can lead that team to success, in my view. And therefore, I would keep Odegaard as captain.